On June the 25th, 2009, Michael Jackson, the king of pop, died of a heart attack at his home in Los Angeles. He left behind a musical legacy of 13 #1 singles and an estimated 750 million record sales worldwide. But behind the mask was a troubled man, accused of child abuse and burdened with the pressures of fame, health problems, and debts of $500 million. Some fans and pop theorists, like Ali Pruitt, speculate that in order to escape his celebrity life, Michael's only option was to fake his own death. Michael's death came as he prepared for This Is It, his first concert tour in 12 years, scheduled for 50 performances across the world. But in the last few years of his life, Michael had an addiction to prescription painkillers that was costing him $46,000 a month and doing untold damage to his health. Official news reports claim that the King of Pop overdosed on medication during preparation for his concerts. Speculation immediately arose over the potential foul play of Michael's personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray. But a lesser-told story is that Michael faked his death in order to leave his troubled past behind. Theorists point to the fact that Michael's events promoter, AEG Live, announced that he would initially perform just 10 shows. It's also suspected that there was a motive behind the complex terms and conditions of Michael's contract. Michael's death would result in huge payoffs, and this would allow the Jackson family to clear his mounting debt. Most compelling is the surveillance footage from Michael Jackson's house. The tape that was shown during the trial of Dr. Conrad Murray excluded footage from the last 24 hours in his home. Police investigators on the case claim that this surveillance tape went missing, which is why it wasn't featured in the trial. But MJ conspiracy theorists believe that the tape wasn't lost at all, that it was, in fact, deliberately omitted because it contained evidence which contradicted the media story that Michael had overdosed. And interestingly, Michael's doctor refused to sign his death certificate. Some MJ fans are so sure that the King of Pop is still alive that there have been numerous sightings of him since 2009. An entire website, michaeljacksonsightings.com, is dedicated to discovering the real location of Michael Jackson. Among a host of recent sightings, MJ truthers claim to have spotted him at his new home in Ontario, Canada, also in a Las Vegas elevator, and on the streets in Arizona. But despite many fans' convictions that their hero is still alive, the widespread media coverage of Michael Jackson's memorial service, endless tributes from celebrities, and the trial of Conrad Murray sent out a clear message that the rest of the world was in mourning. It has been suggested that Michael learned this final trick from another king. Like Elvis Presley, Michael redefined pop music and united fans the world over, and both stars struggled with addiction to prescription drugs. Michael even went on to marry Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, in 1994. After Michael died, Lisa Marie disclosed in an intimate blog post that he once questioned her on the circumstances of her father's death. He then confessed, "I am afraid that I'm going to end up like him, the way he did." Some theorists subscribe to the idea that Elvis, the king of rock and roll, faked his death in '77 to escape the pressures of stardom, and they speculate that Michael Jackson was inspired to do the same. With the power of the media at his disposal, they claim that Michael influenced publications like the National Enquirer to report that as far back as January of 2009, the pop hero had just 6 months to live. The article states that Michael Jackson's health is deteriorating rapidly because of a crippling addiction to painkillers and alcohol. As compelling as some fans might find this evidence, the conspiracy that Michael Jackson faked his death leaves many questions unanswered. It doesn't explain the unmistakable grief that his death caused his fans, and more importantly, the grief it caused his family. If this was a hoax, the announcement of it would either leave his 3 children seemingly fatherless or forced into a double life, where they have to see their dad in secret. Not to mention that in 2011, Michael's physician and top doctor Conrad Murray was imprisoned for manslaughter, which caused irreparable damage to his medical career. 2 years later, Michael Jackson's family filed a lawsuit against entertainment promoters AEG, claiming that they ignored Michael's deteriorating health problems. Tragically, it's therefore more likely that performance pressures led to Michael's genuine demise. But in the meantime, loyal fans wait for his return.
High school students disappeared in Mexico after police stopped them from traveling to a protest. The cops then reportedly handed over the students to a drug gang